Hello, my name is Diana. I'm a tour guide at the Chester Beatty. Today it is my pleasure to discuss the traditions concerning the first recording of the Hebrew Bible and to introduce you to one such handwritten manuscript currently on display here. The first 5 books of the Hebrew Bible are called the Torah, or Law. They include Bereshit, or Genesis, Shemot, or Exodus, Vayikra, or Leviticus, Bamidbar, or Numbers, and Devarim, or Deuteronomy. These books preserve the earliest historical and prophetic traditions of the Jewish people, as well as some 600 laws, which Jews believe were divinely revealed to their prophet, Moses. Many biblical scholars maintain that the Torah was transmitted by Hebrews from one generation to the next by means of oral memorization, until first written down in the 5th century BCE. After the Babylonian conquest of Jews in 587 BCE, all of the territories formerly constituting ancient Israel were annexed by Nebuchadnezzar II. Hostages from prominent Jewish families were taken to Babylon to ensure the compliance of their brethren remaining in Palestine. Opera lovers will no doubt recall this scenario as the background to Giuseppe Verdi's magnificent opus, Nabucco. It is thought that the Hebrew Torah was first written down during this Babylonian captivity, which ended with the Persian conquest of Babylon in 539, or during the half-century that followed. For the books of Ezra and Nehemiah relate that a Hebrew priest, Ezra, was sent by the Persian king Artaxerxes I to Jerusalem with gifts for the new temple and to teach the laws to Hebrews who had neglected them. Artaxerxes reigned from 464 to 424 BCE. His governor, Nehemiah, asked Ezra to recite from a book of the law of Moses to the assembled population of Jerusalem. This book can be none other than the Torah. Hence Ezra introduced the practice of public reading of the Torah among Hebrews. From that time down to our own day, the entire Torah is read at synagogue meetings over the course of the year. When not being used, Torah scrolls are stored in the most sacred place within the synagogue, known as the Torah Ark. This is a curtained-off cupboard situated along the synagogue wall that faces Jerusalem, which is the direction that Jews face when praying. For centuries, copies of the Torah, destined to be read at religious services, have been carefully handwritten by Jewish scribes on parchment scrolls known as Sefer Torah. Strict rules govern the production of such scrolls. The parchment must come from the skin of an animal, usually a cow, slaughtered according to kosher ritual. Skins must be meticulously prepared into sheets before being sewn together to form a continuous roll. Parchment is a very durable and flexible material, hence Sefer Torahs can survive in good condition for centuries. The sheets were ruled to guide the writing. Starting at the right edge of the parchment, columns of writing proceed leftward. Since the reader unrolls the scroll with his left hand and re-rolls the already read section with his right. For this purpose, wooden rollers with handles were added to the scroll after it was fully imprinted. As it is not permitted for bare hands to touch the Hebrew text, a pencil-thin pointer called a yod is used to mark the reader's place. Depending on where they were written, a variety of Hebrew scripts were used in the production of Sefer Torahs. Scribes carefully copied the Torah text from a tikkun, or approved model, forming letters with a quill pen and ink, and writing from right to left. Strict rules also govern how quills and ink were made. This particular Sefer Torah in our collection was produced in Italy during the 18th century. It was written on vellum, which is fine parchment made from calf skins. Unfortunately, its left-hand roller is missing. On examining this Torah scroll, one is struck by the realization that it is not decorated. Illumination of any kind is banned from Torah scrolls, although non-figurative art does appear in Hebrew Bibles produced in codex form. This prescription of figurative art follows from the second commandment delivered to Moses on Mount Sinai, as reported in the book of Exodus, chapter 20. Thou shalt not make unto thee a graven image, nor any manner of likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is on the earth below, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down unto them, nor serve them. Although this prohibition was essentially aimed at idolatry, that is, production of sculpted statues for worship, it appears to have led to the practice of excluding figurative art from Torah scrolls and codices on the grounds that only God can create such life forms. This Sefer Torah is one of many interesting objects on display in the Chester Beatty's galleries. I do hope that you will soon be able to visit the museum in person and see it on display.